Hey y'all, it is May the 20th, 2018. I'm just chilling here. There's a lot of flies flying around, so if you see them, I wish they weren't flying around, but it's about to rain probably around here. It looks like it's about to rain, so the flies are going crazy. I wanted to make this short video for everybody who, subscribe to my channel and the people who check in regularly. And I wanted to tell you a couple things that I think are going to be quite crucial. Number one is that you have all sort of power, and you might not even believe it right now, but you have all sort of power in your real life. You can do all sort of things. You're really unstoppable if you put your mind to it. And also, that applies to the internet. You can go on the internet. You can say some things, say some words, and pretty much encounter all sort of power in that. All right. You may not believe that you can, but you definitely can. I promise you. Anybody could do it, because if I could do it, anybody could do it. All right. That's the kind of message that I want to put across right now. I'm dead serious about it. All right. Number two is this. I want to give you an example of what I'm talking about. All right. I made a video that's very similar to this. I'm going to leave a link down below to that video, and I guess other videos. Now, this video and those videos are in regards to and concerning a small baby girl, a human being, a female. Her name was and is Shaylynn Ammerman. I brought her up a while back, so you may or may not remember who this little girl is. You might have been following me subsequently after that and not heard of Shaylynn Ammerman. There's a lot of children's names throughout this country who are not being recognized and held up high on the mountain. Shaylynn Ammerman's name needs to be held up high on the mountain. All right, and so I'm bringing up her situation again. Shaylynn Ammerman, I believe, was a 15-month-old little female baby girl who has some things done to her that is unimaginable. It's definitely unacceptable, but to an extent, it is unimaginable. You know, it's very serious. So, I understand that this is a Sunday afternoon. But it's important that we bring up that the things that were done to Shaylynn Ammerman were unimaginable. Untold amounts of justice need to be had, and that is apparent. All right, when you start looking into the details of this situation, you'll understand that Shaylynn Ammerman will not be swept under the rug. By no means. All right, all sort of justice needs to be had. Justice is accumulating. Justice is coming together as we speak. All right, I want to give you an example of the types of things that we are capable of, that we don't want to be given credit for. All right, I spoke about Shaylynn Ammerman, and I've already spoken with her mother, and all sort of people who have different interesting perspectives about this case. All right. People will come out of the woodwork to talk to you. If they'll talk to me, trust me, they'll come talk to you if you have anything to say about anything, especially in regards to justice. I made a video, my very first video, down there. I'll see if I can leave a link. My very first video was a 30-minute long video in which I was just discussing what we know about the facts of this case, what we know. And what we come to find out is that not only is one person guilty for doing what was done to Shaylynn Ammerman, but a whole mess of people need to come up guilty. A whole mess of people, and it didn't happen. Only one person. Only one person. Only one person. It's not acceptable. It's not affordable. And so I brought it up. I said, you know what? All sort of people need to come to justice. And I was describing all sort of people, everybody around who I could think of, everybody who came up on camera, everybody who I know is directly related to Shaylynn Ammerman. They all struck me back then as guilty to some extent of something or other. All right. I got a comment actually only last night. Now this is a fairly old story, so some things go under the radar for a while, and some things you just have to put out into the ether and put your word out and see if you go fishing and see if somebody will come back and talk to you about it. I recently got a comment just last night in which a lady was telling me uh, a lot of things. This lady was telling me that my take on the parents, which was a harsh take, and it typically will be, to be honest with you, I'm typically going to have a harsh take on the parents in any situation. All right, she said that's kind of unfounded, which I accept. I mean, as a criticism, if she thinks that I'm taking it a little bit too hard on the parents, I'm definitely willing to understand what it is she's trying to get at. The lady in the comments, she also let me know that, of course, there's more people that need to be blamed. There's more people need to become up guilty. There's more people that need all sort of justice. This Kyle guy, he needs all sort of justice that he is not particularly getting. The commenter brought up, and I believe I already had seen, that this Kyle guy who's been incriminated in the case of Shaylynn Ammerman, he's more than likely guilty as all hell. But it's not only just him. And what happens is that he took a plea deal. I want you to take this in and soak this in. We're talking about Shaylynn Ammerman. You may or may not know the details right now, but we're talking about something really extremely bad happening to her. And this guy, Kyle, seems to be very much implicated in the situation. What he did is he took a plea deal of some sort. What kind of court system, what kind of justice system will take a plea deal with someone like a Kyle, whatever his name was? Take a plea deal. What is a plea deal? Oh, you get your sentence lightened, you get this and that, you get that sort of benefits. Why? Because you took a plea deal? No. The thing is, I don't think a lot of people are agreeing with that line of reasoning. I don't think a lot of people feel like we can afford to give certain types of crimes any sort of plea deal at all. All right. Kyle, is he a human being? Yeah, he is. Do I forgive him? I guess I do. But justice needs to be had, and it hasn't been had. That is the point. It's not whether or not I forgive Kyle or we forgive Kyle. All right, we can forgive him and get all sort of power just by forgiving him. Irregardless, justice needs to be had. Period. And it's not been had. All right. This is happening times a million in our country. All right. But this is just one example. And this example right here is extremely unaffordable. All right. So the commenter, she said, well, all sort of people need to be implicated in this situation. And it almost seems as though she has some sort of, like, she knows these people in that community. She has some sort of insight. I told her, you know what, go ahead and email me a little bit of information, because that's what we're looking for on this channel, is information. So go ahead and give me that information, and we're going to discuss. We're going to ponder all sort of things, all sort of people who might have to come up real guilty. We might have to rethink this whole policy we have around Kyle, whatever his name is. And we probably might have to think about maybe finding him more guilty, even more guilty. We might have to think about it. I think that in the end, the community is going to have a lot to think about and ponder on. All right. And in the end, it seems as though we have more resources, we have more energy, we have more vigor, we have more tenacity, we have more dedication to this cause than our legal system, our legal justice system, who couldn't catch justice if it fell right on their head. They wouldn't know justice if justice was eating at their damn dinner table. They wouldn't know justice. These people, turns out that we had to do their job. That's what it turns out. And we have all sort of power and capabilities, dude, that they don't even have. Right? Meanwhile, we're paying their salaries for some reason with our tax money and stuff. Something to think about. It's a lot of stuff to ponder on. Right? But Shaylynn Ammerman does not get swept under the rug. Whatever kind of information that I get about the goings on that particular evening, I'm definitely going to let y'all know. Y'all going to know about it. Everybody's going to know about it. All right? We're all up in the tribulation, but we have the power, so long as we have the power to forgive, so long as we have the power to never get justice. All right? So I'll holler at y'all a little bit later.